What's up guys, Aaron Bennett here. Welcome to the video. Celsius updates. It's been a while. I like to keep you guys informed about everything coming through the docket. So before I get into the actual motions, a lot of you guys are like, what's the update? Because I don't want to watch your entire video. Okay, here's the update. We're still waiting for the auction to be over. Probably within the next week or two, it should be over. For loans, we still do not know what's going to happen. If you had a loan, we are still waiting. For custody and withhold, there were settlements. But again, for earn, which is most people, and for people that had a loan, we are still waiting. So there are no updates there. So I'm going to dive through these stories pretty quickly. The first one, we have subpoenas going out to FTX. And there was a notice that these subpoenas were served to the FTX debtors. This is like 1,600 pages, but all of these debtors were served, and this has to do with the manipulation of Cell Token. So the UCC wants to look into that, and they need some information from FTX. Next, we have an extension of the disclosure statement until May 25th, or later. So this keeps getting put out further and further until the auction comes to a conclusion and we know who the winning bidder is going to be. And the disclosure statement, if you forgot, that's the document that will have all the details regarding how much liquid crypto you're going to get back, if we'll get management share tokens or equity, what's going to happen if you had a loan. Everything will be disclosed in the disclosure statement. So next we had a motion coming in from the U.S. Trustee ordering and directing disgorgement of all estate funds paid to Willis Towers and Watson. So basically, these were the debtors, meaning Celsius's financial advisory firm, and the U.S. Trustee is like, they should not have received the $375,000 that they were paid. We have the U.S. Trustee just playing hardball. They have been this entire time. And I think the U.S. Trustee from day one has been fighting for the creditors' interests. And this is just another story of that. So next we have a story. The debtors, meaning Celsius, they want to reimburse past and future out-of-pocket expenses for cooperating witnesses. So there's a back and forth on this. All of these are very small issues in the grand scheme of things, basically getting out of Chapter 11, but ultimately Celsius wants to pay legal fees to past and present employees, and there is some pushback. There is an updated cash flow forecast going every single week starting from May 12th, and you can see the baseline liquidity going down every single week. So this is no surprise. This is basically a sign that we need to get out of Chapter 11, which everybody has been wanting to do, maybe except the lawyers, from day one. Next, there's an order denying the motions filed by Jason Amerson. So Jason Amerson, he had beef with Simon, saying that the UCC was treating Simon more special than every other creditor, and ultimately the judge said this, which is actually hilarious. Mr. Amerson and other creditors are forewarned that the consequences for filing frivolous motions can be serious. So the judge is like, stop it, guys. Stop being freaking children and wasting the court's time, the judge's time, and costing the estate money, which is literally taking money out of your pockets. Next, we have a motion talking more about crypto that was sent into Celsius after the freeze, or after the bankruptcy petition, I should say. And there are a lot of people, I don't know the exact amount, but I think in the millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars that sent crypto into Celsius after the bankruptcy petition, because people maybe had it as a saved address and they just didn't realize that, oh no, I shouldn't send that into Celsius anymore. But basically, if this applies to you, if you sent in crypto after the bankruptcy petition, just know that they are aware of that and we are one step closer for you to withdraw that crypto. So next we have more about this class claim. So this is the UCC wanting to file a class claim for us, every single unsecured creditor, so we don't have to do it ourselves. So this is a multi-step process. It is still not fully approved by the judge, but I really don't see a reason why it wouldn't be unless Series B, the equity holders, really find some new argument to fight for this. But in this document right here, this is to certify the class of account holders asserting non-contract claims against the debtors. And this is a very, very long document, 71 pages, and it goes into all of these things like Celsius Network Limited flooded the market with misrepresentation, CNL lied to account holders, Celsius orchestrated a cover-up, they recklessly lost customer funds, and then they talk about the proposed class. So this proposed class is what they need to get approved by the court and the judge in order for the UCC to be legally able to file a claim for everybody everybody in the class, so every single unsecured creditor. And that leads me to this next story where we have the class representatives, starting with Rebecca Gallagher, we have Ignat Tuganov, and then we have Thomas DiFiore, all sharing their personal experience about how Celsius Network lied to them, how they got duped into being a customer of Celsius, and this will again help the class claim get approved. Next, we have a motion, the notice of decreased withdrawal fees. So if you scroll down here, you can see that they drastically lowered the withdrawal fees. They were very, very high about 2 weeks ago when people in custody could get their first withdrawal. So this will apply to anybody withdrawing assets from the platform, including people who maybe have not taken their custody assets out yet. But all of these fees can change depending on the market. And more about the auction, the debtors adjourned the auction on Friday, May 19th, and will continue next week, I believe. And taking a look at Simon Dixon's Twitter, so he says that the auction should be over next week. So that is pretty good. So maybe we only have one more week of this auction. We have this wonderful story. It looks like the Mashinsky method to unbank yourself and to earn financial freedom. So Alex's book that he was planning on releasing has been picked up by Powell's City of Books. So I don't know if this is real. Somebody could have made this, but this is floating around. And to end this video, we have some talk again coming from Mike Mack about whether the UCC and really the litigation trust should pursue clawbacks against Tether, these massive institutional investors. And this story is from a little while ago, but essentially Tether liquidated $100 million, which resulted in losses to Celsius. And this has to do with Tether's loan to Celsius, which was $840 million. So there is some talk, which I think is very important, about, hey, why are we going after retail people for clawbacks? And why aren't we going after insanely large institutions that we may legally be able to go after in order to get a lot of money back into the estate, which will then obviously be distributed to the creditors. So it is a very good thing to be discussing, and I do hope that the litigation trust is looking into this seriously. All right, guys, that is it for the video. So again, we're waiting for earn, we're waiting for who wins the auction, we are waiting to hear what happens with people who had loans, and there really is no changes in anything there. So guys, till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.